Hello everyone, this is Christopher Main, programmer for VerticalThird. In this video we're going to explore the AI spawner options available in VerticalThird. To follow along, you can open the level example display map. We can now fly over to the AI spawner section. Here I'm going to click the three dots by the play button and make sure Simulate is checked. These AI spawners have already been set up and are a great point of reference. We can go ahead and click Stop now. Let's move over to the left so we have some room to place a new spawner. Click on the VerticalThird folder and search Actor, Spawner, AI, Blueprint. Once we find it, we can click on it and drag it into the scene. I'll make a few adjustments to its position, drag it up, and hit the End key to make it snap to the ground. Now we can start going over each option on the spawner. For now, I'm going to close the outliner window that is above. This will give us more room to look at the options. The Use Spawn Radius checkbox will spawn the AI within the sphere that surrounds the green cylinder. The Override Patrol Speed and Patrol Speed Penalty allows you to change the AI speed when wandering. We will showcase this later in the video. Enabled is what turns this spawner on or off. The Actors to Spawn data table soft is which actors we would like to spawn. Note that the AI spawner uses the action system to spawn. It requires an actor spawn action setup. More details on the action system are found in a different video in the description. For now, we're going to use a pre-existing one. Let's add the AI Teaser 0 melee to the list. The active index lets you set which data tables in the list to use. This can help you force certain AI to spawn without modifying your list for testing purposes. If I add another to the list, such as AI Teaser 0 caster, only the index 0 will be available to spawn. I would have to click to add to the index list and change it to 1 for both to be enabled. For now, let's just focus on the melee AI. I'm going to delete the caster index. We can click play and see that the actor spawns and faces the direction of the big red arrow. Let's click stop and rotate the spawner with the E key. If respawn loot is checked, it will continuously spawn the AI at the rate of the respawn time. Typically we use the patrol options below with this so they don't end up stacking in one spot. If we go back and check use spawn radius, this can help as well. If the respawn loot is not checked, when the AI is defeated, it will trigger a respawn at the set respawn time. The respawn variance minimum and maximum allow you to have a little bit of difference every time it respawns. Spawner lifetime will destroy the spawner after a set period of time. If I enable it, set the lifetime to 8 seconds, and check respawn loop, you will see that it only spawns a few AI before being destroyed. Let's click stop. We're going to uncheck spawner lifetime and check spawn limit. Let's set that to 2. This will set the spawner to have a maximum of 2 AI that can spawn. We can now hit stop and turn off respawn loop and spawn limit. Spawner helper is the visualization you see in the editor. We'll come back to this in a moment. Enabling patrol will make this AI walk in the set path based on a number of options. We can click the plus sign by the AI patrol route setup, which will review blue diamonds near the spawner. We can click these to move them around in the editor. This is how we set up our patrol path. Note that you always want to make sure that index 0 is set to 0, 0, 0. In Unreal Engine, in order for AI to walk around, you need a nav mesh volume. I'm going to click on the Add Actors menu and search for nav mesh. I'm moving in place and hitting the N key to snap it to the ground. Then expand it past my patrol route. If you hit the P key, it will turn on the nav mesh visualization. This will tint the floor green when it is lined up properly. I hit play, and we can see that our AI is starting to run around on the set path. Let's hit P to turn off the nav mesh visualization. Scroll up to the override patrol speed. Check it on and set the move speed penalty to 0.85. This means it'll lose 85% of its move speed while it's patrolling. If something catches its attention, it'll go back to full speed. We can click stop. Let's turn off the override patrol so we can see the patrol routes a bit faster. I'm going to add a fourth patrol point as well. This makes a square. I'm going to move it around and get it into the right position. Now onto the patrol type. You can set the AI to use the patrol path. Or to wander to a nearby location by the spawner. And finally, a nearby location by the character. Now we have the patrol repeat options. By default, the AI will repeat the patrol route. I've time-lapsed these to make it go a little bit faster. You can set none so that when the AI reaches the last index, it will stop. You can set none with origin, and the AI will return back to its spawn location. You can set reverse to go to the last index, and then go back the way it came. You can set reverse with origin to complete a full patrol, then go back the way it came. Back at the Spun Helper, you can play around with the colors to see what you like. This is totally a preference. If you don't like what you see, you can click the undo buttons to return everything to default. Click AI Patrol Wander. This will make the AI wander at specific points. If I click the plus under wander checkpoints and change the index to 1, and the wander counts to 3, the AI will now move to patrol point 1, wander 3 times, then continue with the patrol route. Let's put the loop options back to repeat, and add a wander checkpoint of 3, and wander count of 2. Now we can check out the results. Patrol delay will force a delay in seconds between each patrol. We can take a look at that now. The last option is escort, and this is used in the quest system and will be gone through in a different video. As a side note, if escort is ever checked, it will automatically disable the spawner. This is part of the quest system, as the AI will be spawned when an escort quest is accepted. This concludes our exploration on VerticalThird's AI spawner system. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to us through one of our social media channels or on Discord.